Previously on Josh's Video Diary, my practice channel, which is why the videos are unedited and quite long and boring, we made a bag drip coffee. Now it's time to make the rest of my lunch, and today I'm going to try to use up all this spaghetti. We've got, and sorry if this is racist, but I do like doing accents. I mean, it's not racist, is it? I mean, Lady Gaga, she's American. She does Italian accent in the movie. It's like appropriate. So anyway, no offense to any Italians there, because I quite like Italians. But we have the Saporito, made in Italy, 100% durum wheat semolina, spaghetti. That was terrible, wasn't it? As you know, I get my Italian accent from a Japanese video game where they it's about two plumbers and they jump in pipes and stuff, and they're Italian, and it came from Japan. It's a Japanese game. I'm sure you know the one I'm talking about. And they murder turtles and stuff. They jump on their heads. It's animal cruelty. Boiling my water, is that enough? I think I need just a little bit more. Like, actually that will make a lot, but I'm like a hungry guy. Oh, good thing I have some homophobic barilla spaghetti and a 5. I think I can just mix them, right? Although this is a, can you see that? Cottura 9 minutes. So this cooks in 9 minutes, whereas this one, they say, cooks for 7 minutes. So I guess I'll just put the other one in first. My water's boiled, so I'll chuck a few of these in for 2 extra minutes. They are homophobic because the CEO said something about their pasta's not for gays or something, and then everyone hates them now. So I hate them too. But I mean, you know, it's just, you have to be nice to everyone. It's, I think, is my motto for life. We're only here on this planet for a little while, so you shouldn't discriminate against anyone. Even though I kind of made like comments about, you know, Italian accent, but it's not like that's done in hatred. It's done in love. I mean, like, my accent is like so Australian, even though I'm Chinese. Well, genetically, because my parents are from Hong Kong, and my grandparents are from Hong Kong, China. So, yeah. Now you know why I look like this. Anyway. So give that an extra 2 minutes. And then I'll put the rest of that in. Oh, and by the way, I didn't know they were, the CEO was a bit of an a-hole when I bought it. I just bought it because that's what they had. In fact, I panic bought it because at the start of COVID, we ran out of rice here in Hong Kong, and I was like, oh, I don't want to starve. I'm going to buy whatever I can to survive, and I bought like way too much of that. That's why I've got like all these packs of spaghetti. I'm slowly going through them. Oh, there's only 2 there. And then I've got a whole nother drawer full of, yeah, spaghetti. See? It's, this whole case is full of it, but it's hard to go through it because I only got one hand because I got to hold the camera. Anyway, is that 2 minutes? Probably around 2 minutes, right? Give it another few seconds. And then I'll put the rest of the 7-minute one in. And then hopefully they'll cook evenly. And also, I'm supposed to put some olive oil and salt in the water, right? That's what they do in Italy. Alright, by the way, I'm making carbonara. I didn't even mention that before. I'm doing it like almost the Italian method. The proper way, like... Okay, let's do it properly. So, get the salt. Put a like pinch of salt in. And then put some olive oil in. Why not? Let's be authentic. Because today I'm making the authentic carbonara the authentic way. In my tiny kitchen. Like literally like one of the tiniest kitchens you'll ever see. I think a caravan has a bigger kitchen. Like that's the toilet. And then like here's the kitchen, you see. And then I've kind of made it super efficient. Oh, there's that guy there, that Italian guy. Plumber. I was showing you my kitchen. Okay, so you got that and all my stuff there, and then this is really cool. Friend ordered that from Taobao. It's a spice rack. And then dishwasher, fridge, another fridge, microwave, and an oven. Oh, I should put this in. Keep getting distracted. Okay, now we're cooking the spaghetti. I try to make this al dente, as in like not overcook it, not undercook it. It means to the tooth, and I know that because it was the $1 million question in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in Australia, and the guy got it right. What does al dente mean? And one of the 4 answers was to the tooth, and the guy actually won it. He might have been the first Australian who wants to be a millionaire, or whatever the show's called. Who wants to win $1 million? Who wants to be a millionaire? I think that's what it's called. Do they still have that show? I don't know. Alright, now into the fridge, and we're gonna get my very authentic Vista Maria Cubetti di pancetta dolci. I butchered that, didn't I? But anyway. You can send your hate to the comments. And also, you'll get there, because I don't actually censor anything. I mean, I'm not, trying to be a bit thick-skinned sometimes, so. Okay, we've got that, and then I've got my, in a Ziploc bag from IKEA, as you can see, my Parmigiano Reggiano from Formaghetti Sanatelli Esperizzana di Famiglia. It's just a fancy way to say cheese, really. But it's Parmesan cheese, I think, or maybe it's not, because Parmesan's a different cheese. Anyway, I think that's the proper Italian cheese you're supposed to make it with. And like I said, I'm gonna make it the proper way this time. Usually I'm lazy and I oh, where'd I put it? Oh, here. I use like, see, macaroni cheese, or where's my sauce? This stuff. Campbell's creamy garlic cheese pasta sauce. And I'm sure if you're looking at that, you'd be saying, if you're Italian, you'd be going, Mamma mia, you cannot make a spaghetti with the Campbell's soup. There's sacrilege. Or something like that, right? Oh, gosh. I'm going to get kicked off YouTube if I keep talking like that. People are very sensitive these days, too. I mean, do you know who Uncle Roger is? He's like a Asian stereotype guy. Some Chinese guy. Actually, I think he's Malaysian Singaporean, because he's got a little bit of that Malaysian accent. But he does the Asian, like, I think it's Southern China accent. And he says, that's not how you cook fried lai. And then it's like, everyone loves him though. So, but then he's actually Chinese. So he's making fun of his own race, and that's more acceptable. So I guess that's the difference there. So how about I don't get cancelled? Okay, 7 minutes on that, so not yet. Then I need to do some prep work too, so I'm going to put this camera on the tripod so I have two hands, because I don't see how I'm going to be able to grate cheese while holding the camera and not have it become a disaster. Okay, so the next step is so yes, while that's cooking, you're not going to be able to see me though unless I back the camera up a bit, but this, saw how small this kitchen is, right? Hope it works and focuses and all that. This kitchen is way too small. It's probably going to be all out of focus and stuff, but what can you do, eh? So if you had a cheese grater, that would help, but I actually don't. Like one of those, yeah, it's got a cheese grater. But I do have a peeler of some sorts, which I'm going to improvise. It's my cheese. Alright, I got the fruit peeler. I mean, the idea is just to make it smaller, right? So I'm kind of got a... Should have just bought the already shaved one. That would have been easier, but they didn't have it in the supermarket. Because we are in Hong Kong, and it's a bit... Oh, this is a bit more authentic. It's quite nice too. I was hungry last night, and I was just eating it like kind of like that in big chunks, like 10 times bigger than that. Nice. So grate yourself a lot of cheese. I think the more the better. You can't go wrong. Now, I don't know if you can see. Did I put olive oil in the spaghetti? I don't think I did. I'll put some in now. Olive oil from China. Extra virgin. Actually ordered it on Taobao. Whoops, that was too much. Keep grating a lot of cheese. Getting warm. This is how unfit I am. I get, it's probably the steam as well, but getting warm just grating cheese. Okay, so don't know if that's enough, but seems like a lot to me. Okay, I better take this spaghetti off the heat, because I want the firmness to be good. So that's my cheese there, the spaghetti there, but actually you're supposed to keep a bit of the water. It's got a jar, because it's got a bit of like flour or like, so I'm going to keep the water or some of it. Okay, and then the rest of it, I'm going to, oh no, I keep making a mess here, hang on. Okay. The rest of it I'm going to strain. You probably can't see this, but I need to be a bit quick, so I'm not going to move the camera. I'm going to strain, I'm straining it in the sink. get rid of the water because I don't want it to absorb too much water and be non-al dente, or whatever that word is that's not al dente. Like, I literally only know like 3 Italian words. The last bit's stuck. Ouch. Okay, so I kind of strained the spaghetti. Now it's in this bowl there. I'm kind of running out of space in my tiny kitchen too. Okay, might pop the flip screen out so I can see if I'm in frame. I hope it's not hope it's focusing. Anyway, next I'm gonna get my cubed bacon. It's basically bacon. That's what they. This one is a double pack, so I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna use. For one person, I'm probably just only gonna use half of the pack, half of one half pack, because it comes in 2 packs. So half of a 1 pack. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Okay, next is to fry this bacon. So I'm going to heat up the pan, the same pan I used, so I don't have to wash as much. Heat it up first. And there's actually some bits of bacon that are just fat, so I'll use that to line the pan, because I want the bacon to go in. See that? I want the bacon to go in when it's when the oil has lined the pan. Now, that way it won't stick as much. So that goes in there, and while that heats up, I'm going to get 1 egg. Egg yolk. I was going to say egg yellow, but so when you crack an egg, crack it on a flat surface, and it's less likely to oh, that's hot. Multitasking. It will be less likely to have eggshells in it. Okay, so there's about a spoonful of bacon went in the pan. And by the way, that smells really nice, that bacon. Well, this pancetta. I'm gonna have to put this in the fridge somehow, but I'll deal with that later, because this is heating up. Get the metal spatula and reduce my heat a bit. I'm going to separate the egg yolk on a flat surface and then break it. So now I've got it in here. Actually, I did that really bad. I should have actually not. Anyway, that's how you do it. I should have done it this way. I just pour out the egg yolk. Egg white. Now the egg white kind of goes in the bin, or some people some people keep it. Maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't waste it. And then keep the egg yolk. Keep the egg yolk in a separate container here for later. Now this is starting to sizzle. So I'll see if I can grab the camera. I got egg all over me now. Okay, that bacon is starting to render. I believe that's what people say. Okay, here you go. See the fat is coming out? Okay, so we want to kind of extract a bit of that oil and the fat so we can coat the bottom of the pan. Okay. I've got my heat, got to control the heat, so I've got the heat quite low now. It's on 7, but it's going to blink a bit because of the refresh rate of the camera. And yeah, I guess you can put a little bit of olive oil, because I don't think it's, probably haven't used enough bacon, so let's put a little bit of olive oil. Whoops, just a little bit, just to make sure it doesn't stick as much on the bottom. Okay, then in goes my spaghetti. Give that a good mix. And then, should have quite a low heat for this. Then in goes the cheese. So that's the cheese I grated earlier. There's some bits there which I don't want to waste. Okay, and then don't want it to stick, so keep moving that, although it's sort of sticking. It's quite low heat. Now the idea here is to melt the cheese, and then I'm going to put a bit of that spaghetti water that I took out earlier just to make it a little bit wetter. Ah, this jar is not pouring very well. Oh, okay. Now it's quite moist now, because I'm trying to get a consistency of a sauce. Probably need more cheese. I do need more cheese. I'm going to put this back on here. Camera back there. And quickly just make some more cheese. Where'd I put it? Oh, here. Because I want the flavor to be quite strong and delicious. Can you see? It's not a good angle. You probably can't see, but I want to be quick here. So I'm just like put a whole bunch of cheese in. A whole bunch more cheese. Okay, grab the camera again so you can see what I'm doing. And then to consistency, put a bit more of that water back in. So I'm kind of like making a sauce by melting the cheese with the spaghetti water. Oh man, I think I need more cheese. But you can see it's starting to melt a bit and thicken up. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm going to turn off the heat, let it cool a bit to around 60 degrees, and then put the egg yolk in. Now it's important not to put it in when it's too hot, otherwise it's just going to cook. So let that cool just a little bit as I mix up the cheese and the spaghetti. I think, yeah, definitely not enough cheese. But that cheese is really expensive in Hong Kong. I had to be a bit sparing with it. It was like 65 Hong Kong dollars just for that little block. But cheese isn't actually that cheap, so in general. So I don't know. Did I pay too much for it? Bit more water. The water will also help it cool down a bit. Okay, and the last step is to wait for it to cool a little and put in the egg yolk in, which is here. So I think you're supposed to take it off the heat for that too. So alright, I'm going to put in this bowl. As it cools a bit, because yeah, I don't want the proteins in the egg yolk to cook. I want it to thicken it. And it probably is good to use a good quality egg, because you're not eating it fully cooked. And my egg is not actually, it's been in the fridge for a couple months, like literally 2 months. But eggs do last a long time, especially if you refrigerate them. Actually, that's another topic for another video, because some people don't like to refrigerate their eggs. But in Hong Kong, they definitely last longer if you refrigerate them. Found that out because kept a whole bunch there and they went like not fresh. Like they would break apart and they they weren't solid like an egg is, you know. It was all watery and a bit yuck. So last step is to get the egg yolk and mix it in. And that's actually quite a lot of spaghetti there. And then if you've done it right, you've got a good consistency. Oh, I should put a bit of salt in because that will help. Should taste it first though. Yeah, a little bit of salt will help. So like a pinch. Oh, you can't see because of the camera. Sorry about that. But I don't have enough hands. And then just a little bit of pepper. Where's my pepper? I used it yesterday. Can't find it now. Okay, maybe no. Oh, here it is. Blind. Okay. Bit of pepper to finish it off. And that's it. The more authentic carbonara. Now, last step in this video is to eat it and to give you, the viewer, some ASMR, because who doesn't want to hear the sounds of me eating? Oh, this tripod's a bit high. Alright. Adjusting the tripod. There you go. Alright. Get my coffee, which I made in the last video. Pop the screen out the back so I can make sure the framing's good. And now it's time to eat. All right. Bon appetit. Oh, that's not Italian. That's French. Great! I did a good job this time. Wouldn't mind a bit more cheese. But the bacon is like the right level. The bacon tastes quite salty. And you don't need to put too much in. Or pancetta, actually. And I probably actually put too much spaghetti in because that's quite a large serving. But I am kind of hungry. But it is a larger size serving. This could almost feed 1.5. Maybe even 2, but then it'd be not enough. Yeah. Let me describe for you the taste. Oh, and you want to hear me eat, right? Get my lav mic. Can you see? Yeah. Good texture. Can't believe some people like that. I guess it's also a turn-off for many people. But some people really like ASMR for some reason. ASMR. Audio, sound, movie, reality. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. So yeah, if you follow the steps, hopefully you can get it like this. I think it's not bad. It just needs a bit more cheese. A little bit more cheese would be good. Because I underestimated how much spaghetti there is. Oh! You know what I forgot? Put my cheese on the top. As a serving. What's it called? Presentation thing. Sorry, I'm in the kitchen now, and I didn't bring the camera with me, so just bear with me in a second. I'm just going to put the bacon in a bag and put it in the fridge so it doesn't go bad. Okay. Does need more cheese. I mean, can't go wrong with more cheese. So the last thing to do is to just grate more cheese on the top. Maybe not with a fruit peeler, but anyway, it doesn't. It all gets mixed in your mouth and your stomach anyway, right? So, oh, and if you do it really thin just before, when it's still hot, it'll melt a bit. Now it's cooled down a bit, so it's not as won't be quite as good as if I did it earlier. So yeah, that's the last thing. Probably put a bit more pepper on the top, presentation, and then really good. Can impress someone with it. Can impress a nice girl with it, or a guy, or an Italian girl maybe. I might send my Italian friend this video and see what she reckons. See if it's authentic enough. Oh wait, where's my mic? Oh. Alright, is that wet enough for you? The sound? Sounds very wet. I just watched I think it was a Vice. Was it Vice? I think it was Vice. They did a little YouTube video on how they made the Mortal Kombat sound effects. So they got like a capsicum and then like they crushed it, and it sounds like this really wet. And they had the mic really close. It sounded like a really wet and disgusting like sound where they, in the game Mortal Kombat, you'd grab someone, rip someone's chest open and grab their heart and rip it out, and that's like the sound effect is a capsicum, and then they'd be chewing and they'd chew walnuts, and it's all like this wet, flashy sound. So yeah, I thought it was a really good and interesting documentary, because I also like to make films and that kind of stuff, and yeah, sound is actually really important. As George Lucas says, sound is half of the picture, as in motion picture. But anyway, I think that affects the focus. Anyway, I think this video has been going on long enough. It's already 33 minutes, completely uncut. Not a single cut. Like, I'm not like those YouTube guys that like every single word they will cut because they couldn't even pronounce one word properly. The whole point of this channel is for me to try to be more natural in front of camera, because I really like some guys that can just hit record and just talk, and they're like an expert on the subject already, but they're also comfortable with the camera, which is a very important point. And they don't need to edit as much, and they can just present, and then, I mean, they probably will edit a little bit later. Some don't, some do, but just that camera skill, that camera presence, they're really good at it, and it just makes the video just more natural. So I'm working on that. I guess I'm already good at it, and I just want to be better. So yeah, thanks for watching me cook authentic, or more authentic, because I did another video with like the Campbell's soup. Well, this time I'm doing it the proper way. Authentic or more authentic Italian food. And if you want to see more videos on this channel, I'll put a thumbnail here, I think, or it might be here, but maybe here, and then one here to my other channel, my main channel, excuse me, Juice, and then you can look at a music video that I've done or something else. So yeah.